Good morning, everyone. We are back live at the Budapest of Hungary on the SEUS European Youth League Championship final, the deciding moment of this competition. My name is Adam Dobos, and together we will now be in the air rifle bronze medal match of this European Youth League Championships final. And I hope you will enjoy. If you missed the air pistol final, then you can of course watch it back on our Facebook and YouTube channel. Now we will begin with the air rifle bronze medal match, the competition of the duel between Team Ukraine and Team Croatia. Team Ukraine was a winner of the previous year's European Youth League Championships, while Team Croatia finished fourth, so Team Croatia has a chance to increase their result from the previous year, and maybe they will be able to claim the bronze medal in this medal match. If you saw the air pistol final, you may remember I was saying that athletes were not using any equipment, enhancing their stability. Now, I believe you are familiar with Olympic shooting and you know that rifle athletes are using such equipment, but if you haven't seen it yet, then you'll be able to see the full kits of equipment that rifle athletes are using in order to help them to achieve the greatest score. Just as in previous 10-meter is the distance of shooting.
This is European Youth League Championship final in 2025 at Budapest. This is the air rifle bronze medal match.
There was not much of applause, but Tekla Major opened the presentation of the athletes.
And firing point H, representing Croatia, please welcome Lea Chorluka. She's first in the national team, second at Portuguese, first and third place at the national championship in the junior category.
And the system of this medal match consists of four duels. So there will be a total of 8 athletes. We now see the second.
Shooting in 2021, she's a winner of the Ukrainian and international competitions. She really likes to read interesting books.
The second athlete of the last duel,
At firing point
Chorluka, and Alina Zsushman. And now it's the moment for the third duel, athlete from Croatia, Pavlo Har.
First place at the European Crossbow Championship and 3 apprentice for the national team rifle Croatia. His opponent will be at firing point E, representing Ukraine, Danilo Danaev.
And the athlete from Ukraine, Danilo Danaev, will be competing with Pavel Hac at the third duel. He should be already moving forward, yes. It's not easy to move with this rifle clothing. As you can see, the jacket and trousers seems to be very stiff. They really are.
Representing Croatia, Shenka Martinovic.
And at the time for the second pair, the third to be presented, Senka Martinovic from Croatia.
From the 28th Sika Open from Slovenia, the 5th place at the AOF in mixed team. Her opponent on fire point C, representing Ukraine, Artem Mozgovy.
And from Team Ukraine, Artem Mozgovy. He'll be competing with Senka Martinovic at the second position.
He's also a prize winner at the European Junior Championship under 16 in 2024 in Tallinn.
And now it's the moment for the best athletes of both teams.
Representing Croatia, Toma Tadic.
First athlete from Croatia, Toma Tadic, the most experienced one among the whole Croatian team.
From the EST Tallinn Estonia U18 Championship and the first place from the European Championship Osijek in Trio. His opponent on Firing point A, representing Ukraine, Maria Shainina.
And Maria Shainina of Ukraine. I may not say she is the most experienced among all the Ukrainian athletes in this team, but as by the rules, she was scoring best on the qualification round, so that's why she's positioned on the first firing point. So now we see both of the teams. Now the time for the officials. Naji Matias, the jury member in charge, and the chief range officer who keep track of timing and conduct the whole final. Also a moment for coaches. They will be sitting just behind their athletes, waiting for a moment to use a timeout or any kind of ways to assist their athletes during this bronze medal match. The squad of the team Croatia: Toma Tadic, Senka Martinovic, Pavel Hac and La Chorluka. Just as in the air pistol bronze medal match final, the beginning is the preparation for athletes. Now they are setting their positions, and within the next 5 minutes they have opportunity for an unlimited number of sighting shots just to prepare themselves fully to hit centers of the targets the most time.
For this bronze medal match, the athlete with the highest results in each shot wins 2 points, individual points for his team.
Just as I mentioned before, the European Shooting Confederation is putting high efforts to promote the competitions for young athletes, for the youth ones. This is the third European competition. Also, if we add the regional qualification rounds of this youth league, then it's quite more. But at the championship level, that's the third event in Europe now that the European Shooting Confederation is organizing especially for these young athletes. Now it's the European Youth League Championship final. Previously, in July, we had the European Youth Olympic Festival, where the European Shooting Confederation were involved in promoting shooting and keeping events during that competition. And of course, the first ever under 16 and under 18 years of age European Championships we had on February this year in Tallinn of Estonia. And most of the athletes that are now competing in this Youth League Championships final were also present at these both competitions. For example, Toma Tadic from Croatia, as mentioned, the most experienced one. He is already a gold medalist of the European Youth Olympic Festival of this year. As we see, group number 1 and group number 2, they were competing for the last 2 days with the 4 matches for each nation. Team Ukraine with 3 wins in their group, and Team Croatia with also 3 wins in their group qualified to the bronze medal match, while soon we will see Team Italy and Team Slovenia in their own gold medal match. We see that Team Italy and Ukraine both scored 3 big points in the qualification round, which means that what decided were the small points, the match points, and as I can see on the board, there was a very little difference. The Team Italy was placed first with 52 match points, while Team Ukraine with 51 points. So just this one small point decided who would compete for the gold medal of the SIUS European Youth League Championships. We can now watch athletes preparing themselves, about 2 more minutes of sighting shots time, as mentioned, the jackets and trousers that help them stabilize the position to hit the inner 10 of the target. The 10 of the 10-meter rifle target is not bigger than a dot marked with the pen. So you may imagine it's not that easy to hit it so many times. That's why athletes could use such equipment. The rifles itself are also very they could be set in many different ways so that it fits best to the athlete position and the posture, and to fix the rifle itself as much as they could while aiming into the target. The procedure of the final itself, when we will finish the sighting shots, there will be maximum of 20 match shots. Each pair is competing with themselves, and winning in any of a shot will result of 2 points for a nation. In the case of a equal score in any of the pairs, the points will be splitted with 1 point to one team and the second point for the other team. The maximum score that a team can achieve is 160 points, which means whenever we will pass the limit of 80 points, then the final will be decided. The chief range officer declared the end of the preparation and sighting time, and now we see the list of duelists in the 4 groups.
For the first competition shot, load. Start.
And that's the beginning of the first round. Each shot in a maximum of 50 seconds. Probably it will not be required the whole time. When all athletes would take their shots, then the round would be finished. And we already see that this final would be very intense until the very end. A 10.6 and a 10.5 in the first duel, just a margin of 0.1 of the point, which is actually the thickness of a piece of paper. That's the difference of 0.1 in an air rifle. The second group with a 10.0 from athlete from Ukraine and a 10.9 from Martinovic. Senka scored the maximum available score for an athlete. A duel on the third, a tie on the third duel, and Team Croatia after the first shot is in the lead with 5 points. As we can see, athletes put a blinder either on the sides or just behind their caps to cover the non-aiming eye, so that the one they are looking with through the sides may focus on the ring itself. Shot number 2, and it's a tie in the whole round. 4 points for Team Ukraine and 4 points for Team Croatia, with the best score of a 10.7 scored by Danaev, and the Team Croatia still in the lead with 9 points, while Team Ukraine with 7 points. And the round number 3. I believe that this final would go as well until the shot number 20, which means both teams will fight until the very end. 10.1 and a 10.2 on the first duel. Again, a very small margin. A larger margin on the third duel. Danaev with a second consecutive 10.7. Pavel Hatz with only 9.3. Seeing nines on the
Load.
targets for air rifle athletes is not very
Start.
common, but we must remember that athletes in here are very young and not that much experienced as we may see on the seniors events. So a little mistakes that finishes with nines can occur here. And they are constantly working on it to get better and better. A 10.4 and a 9.9 on the first duel, a 10.8 score by Moshkovi.
Stop.
That is a second win for Team Ukraine. The third duel, Danaev with a 10.3 and again 2 points for Team Ukraine. And on the last pair, Jushman and Chorluka, that's the Croatian athlete that scored slightly better, which means the Team Ukraine with 6 points in this round and Team Croatia with just 2 points. And we already have a 6 points gap between Team Ukraine in the lead and the Team Croatia. And we begin with the shot number 5, which is just a quarter of the bronze medal match. During the last 2 days, all teams were competing in the qualification rounds. Each team had 4 matches consisting of 30 shots. And now they have a maximum of 20 shots to prove their excellence. A 10.7 from Toma Tadic, and he secures 2 points for Team Croatia. 2 ties, both at a level of 10.4 in the second and third pair. And the 10.3 from La Chorluka. So the Team Croatia claims 6 points in this round, and they are getting closer to the leading Team Ukraine. Now it's the distance only of 2 points.
Start.
What we can also see from this picture that using the jacket and trousers, the manufacturers offers the way that identifies the national teams. The Team Ukraine, all 4 athletes with the same sets of colors just to represent their home countries, and that's the way the athletes can present where are they from, while pistol athletes could use their national uniforms.
Second 10.9 from Senka Martinovic.
We hear that Senka Martinovic scored a 10.9. We couldn't see the scoreboard yet, but the Team Ukraine is still in the lead as far as I can see from the main scoreboard. They have already 25 points, and the Team Croatia with 23 points. We now saw some highlights from the previous stages.
Start.
Team Ukraine against Team Croatia in the bronze medal match of an air rifle during the SEUS European Youth League Championship final in Budapest of Hungary. Now it's the shot number 7. We wait for the first scores, and we see a 10.6 scored by Danaev, but that's not the biggest 10 in this round. We see a 10.7 by Toma Tadic.
44 in this round.
And this round is tied, both countries with 4 points, which means the Team Ukraine is still in the lead with just a little margin of 2 points ahead of Team Croatia.
So after 7 shots, Ukraine is still in leading position with just 2 points. 29 against 27. Let's proceed. Shot number 8.
The interesting thing about one of the Croatian athletes,
Load.
Pavel Hatz, is that he was competing in a crossbow before,
Start.
which is kind of similar sport regarding the shooting. For sure more similar than an archery, when in the crossbow events athletes may use as well the similar shooting jackets and trousers as in the Olympic shooting sport. And we see that the experience he gained in this sport is really giving effects on his rifle competition shooting. And in this round, Team Croatia with 6 points. They won this round and they are now in the lead of the bronze medal match with 33 points. Toma Tadic again with the greatest shot in the whole group, together with Senka Martinovic. They both scored a 10.7. That's a really close to the
For the next competition
just center of the target, which may result with a 10.9. But
start.
still a 10.7 is a great score. Usually in the competitions in the Olympic or also a non-Olympic format, the scores are being summed up during the final, so that athletes are compared by the sum of the results. In here, they are just dueling with themselves with each shot separately. So in this case, if one of the shots would not be that good and athletes would not be happy with it, he or she may regain their strength in the next rounds and still come back to the fight. In the meantime, another 7 points for Team Croatia and 1 point for Team Ukraine. Coaches decide for a timeout. They will use 1 minute of the time for a short coaching session, and hopefully the Ukrainian coach will regain strength among their athletes so they can come back to the fight. As we can see on the board, the Team Croatia in the lead with 40 points and Team Ukraine now behind them with an 8 point of difference with a total of 32. One of the coaches used the timeout, but there is still a waiting opportunity, as the second coach as well could take a timeout. And in this timeout, both coaches
For the next competition shot.
could approach their athletes.
Start.
We go now with the shot number 10, which means we are just in the half of the bronze medal match. We will see if the Team Ukraine coaching were successful. Shenina with a 10.5, Mozgovi with a 10.4, which means Team Ukraine may really win this round fully. Not really. It's just at the last moment, second duel won the 2 points for Team Croatia, which means Team Ukraine scored 6 in this round. Team Croatia with 2 points. They're getting closer. Team Croatia still in the lead with 42 points, and the Team Ukraine with 38
For the next
points.
competition shot. Load. Start.
It's shot number 11. We are getting closer to the limit of 80 points, which could finish the final sooner, but that's just not yet. Shenina with a 10.1 from Team Ukraine, Danaev also with a 10.1. We see a tie on the third duel and a tie also on the fourth duel. Many 10.1s in this round. The best score was a 10.5 from Mozgovi, and he wants 2 points for the Team Ukraine.
After 11 shots, Croatia still in the leading position.
There is a still 4 points gap between Croatia and Ukraine
Shot number 12.
For the next
on the
competition
road
shot.
to the bronze medal of the European Youth League Championship.
Start.
Just as mentioned, from the Ukrainian team, 3 of the 4 athletes have their medal experience during the under 16 and under 18 years of age European Championships, mostly in team events, but Artem Mozgovi claimed the silver medal in individual under 16 air rifle event, and now he is showing his experience in this hard final with a 10.6. He got another 2 points for Team Ukraine. Maria Shenina also winning with the margin of 0.1 at a level of 10.7. That's another 2 points for Team Ukraine. Danaev with a 10.4, also with 2 points for Team Ukraine. La Chorluka
For the
giving
next
2 points for
competition
Team
shot.
Croatia, and we have a
Low.
tie, both teams with 48 points at this moment.
Start.
As we can see, rifle athletes are also using some air plugs, not because those shots are very loud, but just to help them ignore the surrounding sounds from the music, from the audience, from the announcers, or maybe they can hear myself. Probably not, but we see that Maria Shenina with a 10.9 and Toma Tadic with a 10.8. It must be really hard. You score almost perfectly, but the guy just behind you scored perfectly. And that's the most impressive we can watch, especially as by the age of these athletes, they are really young and not that much experience, but already showing the strength they have and the will to success.
For the next competition shot.
The
Low.
13th round was finished with a tie, 4 points for each
Start.
country. There is a 52 points for Team Ukraine and also a 52 points for Team Croatia. Very high level of scoring. If this final goes on such level, I wonder how the gold medal match would look like, but that's in the near future. Maria Shenina with a 10.4, Toma Tadic with a 10.0, another win for Team Ukraine. Mozgovi and Martinovic, 2 points for Team Croatia with a 10.5, Danaev with a 10.6 and 2 points for Team Ukraine. And on the last duel, Zhushman with a 10.7 and another 2 points for Team Ukraine. It's a 58 for Team Ukraine and 54 for Team Croatia, which means that winners of the previous year European
For the
Youth
next
League
competition shot.
are
Low.
getting closer of claiming the bronze medal of this year's competition.
Start.
Before arriving here, all teams, all nations, all countries actually were divided into 3 regions. They were competing firstly in the regional areas, having their regional qualification rounds, and the best 3 nations from each region qualified to this final we have here in Budapest. In the meantime, double 10.6 on the first pair, and as we can see, the duel is really tight, 15 points for both athletes.
For the
So
next competition
that means
shot.
that the second and the third duel mostly are making a difference in this level of points.
Start.
This only shows how the system of placing athletes on positions 1, 2, 3 and 4 is doing a great job and making this competition really intense. A 9.8 from Maria Shenina, that might be the first 9 in her whole final, but that's a 9.1 from Toma Tadic. So even that shows that even if you make a
Stop.
quite minor mistake, the opponent still can make the bigger mistake and you can still win. The greatest score in this round is a 10.8 from Pavel Hach from Croatia. He wants 2 points for Team Croatia as well as La Chorulka. There is a still difference of a 6 points
Timeout
between
for Croatia.
Ukraine and Croatia. And there is a second timeout. The second opportunity is used. This means that after this 1 minute of a break, there is no timeouts anymore. So until now, The athletes are now on their own and need to finish this final as good as they can.
And it's still a tie between her and Alina. And Pavel
I believe the coaches have their own thoughts how this final goes on and would try to share their ideas with the athletes if any of them requires any help. There's still some moments, some shots left in this bronze medal match.
Time
The time is over and we
for
continue
the next competition
with
shot.
another
Low.
shots. 4 more to go
Start.
and there is still at least 14 points that Team Ukraine needs to win this bronze medal match. So there is still much to do. Let's see how this coaching, what this coaching gave to the athletes. A 10.8 from Lea Chorluka. That's the great opening of this series. A 10.6 from Toma Tadic, a second win for Team Croatia. A 10.3 from Pavel Hatz. So he lost to Team Ukraine Danaev, and a tie on the second duel. So I might say that was a successful coaching. 5 points for Team Croatia and 3 points for Team Ukraine, which means the difference is decreasing now only to 4 points. Team Ukraine in the lead with 70 points.
For the next competition shot. Load. Start.
Shot number 18. We see the audience feels that the final is close to the conclusion. They are helping the athletes to keep the rhythm. A 10.4 from Danaev, a 10.3 from Chorluka. We have a tie on the fourth pair.
Stop.
At 2 points for Ukraine for the first, second and third pair, which means Team Ukraine with 7 points in this round, and now they are really close to conclusion of this bronze medal match. There are only 4 points that Team Ukraine needs within the next 2 shots to claim the bronze medal.
Competition shot. Load.
The Team Croatia, if they are still willing to fight for the medal, they cannot lose anymore. They need to, urgently need to win the next round to keep themselves in the game. It's a shot number 19. The previous bronze medal match finished in this shot. Let's see how it would go in this match. A 10.7 from Danaev, a 10.5 from Shenina, as well as Toma Tadic, a 10.8 from Mozgovi, and there is a 82 points from Team Ukraine. So that's it.
Results are final.
The chief range officer declared that the results are final.
Representing Ukraine, Maria Shenina, Artem Moldovin, Danilo Danaev, and Alina Zhuzhman.
And it's the Team Ukraine, the winners of the previous year European Youth League, now claiming the bronze medal of this year. Maria Shenina, Artem Mozgovi, Danilo Danaev, Alina Zhuzhman. And of course a great applause from the audience to the Team Croatia that fought until the very end of this medal match, and they were really close of claiming the bronze medal as well. The team of Croatia, Toma Tadic, Senka Martinovic, Pavel Hatz and Lea Chorluka, they all placed fourth at today's final. But nevertheless, beside the place you finish, the teams still receive special prizes from the main sponsor, the Suez company. All of the teams that compete in today's final will receive a electronic targets just to help them improve their competition level for the next years. 82 for Team Ukraine and 70 for Team Croatia. We see Danilo Danaev with a 29 points against 9 scored by Pavel Hatz. That was the great success of this Ukrainian athlete. And as it's finished, the bronze medals are decided. Now it's the time to prepare for the gold medal matches. We begin with the air pistol gold medal match, which will begin at 10:50. So we have about 25 more minutes to prepare. I hope you will join us for the upcoming finals. If you haven't yet, please share links to our transmissions within your fellow athletes and friends, so that more of you can watch how the finals would go. The upcoming final of air pistol gold medal match will be the Team Ukraine against the Team Italy. I hope you enjoyed this bronze medal match, and I believe we will see each other within the next minutes. Thank you very much.